So next up I'm going to talk about is my sleeping bags and my sleep system for when I'm out camping. So the first one I'm going to show you is my winter camping sleeping bag. It's bright orange, you might have seen it in any of my other videos. It's from Kit and it's the Alpine Dream 800. So that's my winter camping sleeping bag. To be honest, I thought it would have been warmer, but again that's down to maybe individual body temperatures. Some people might really like it. I'm not saying I don't like it, but I just thought when I bought it, it might have been warmer. Maybe that's down to me just being cold, I don't know. Again, depends on what temperatures you're out in. Again, it maybe depends on what you've eaten, maybe what your sleep system is, maybe what your mat is, maybe what's underneath you. So that's what I'm using just now. That's my winter sleeping bag from Kit, Alpine Dream 800. Next up was the first sleeping bag that I bought when I was getting into the camping. A 3-season sleeping bag. It's from Rab and it's called the Ignition 4. That obviously is for 3-season use and that's the one I use. Decent bag. Obviously again there's maybe better options if you want to pay more money that's lighter. They would maybe give you the same heat temperatures for warmth. Rab Ignition 4. So next up is my sleeping pad, and it's the one most people will recognise, the yellow one from Thermarest. The name of it is the Neo Air X-Lite. That's the sleeping pad that I bought and that I use winter and summer. To go along with the sleeping pad, I also have the bag, can't remember the name that you call it, but it attaches to the valve and you just use the air that you catch in the bag to help inflate the sleeping pad, so you're not using too much of your own breath trying to blow it up. So that's the bag that I use to get the sleeping pad up. Also, to try and increase the warmth when I'm sleeping in the winter, I bought the Sea to Summit Thermalite Reactor Extreme, which I think, if I remember correctly, is supposed to be their warmest liner to try and add a few degrees to your sleeping system or inside your sleeping bag. I do use it. Again, I still don't know how good it is, but I use it. I take it with me in the winter and I double it up with the Kit sleeping bag. I don't know how much warmth it adds to it, but you're in it and then you're in your sleeping bag. That's that. Obviously, part of my sleep system, I have a cheap foam roll mat, so that's at the bottom, or whatever way you do it. What else I have is, that's just radiator foil that you buy from any sort of DIY place. Just roll that out or fold it out, put the foam either underneath it or on top of it, whatever way you want to do it, in your sleeping pad and in your sleeping bag. That's my sleep system for when I'm camping. Other item that's part of my sleeping system when I'm camping is my pillow. That's a Sea to Summit Eros pillow, ultralight, large, good pillow, inflates quite quickly, packs down small, quite light. That's my pillow. My head torch when I'm away camping or winter hill walking is the Petzl Arctic Core. This is my second head torch. I had a previous one which is still fine, just bought this because it's a bit brighter for winter camping. So I've got two actually. The other one, again, I can take it with me for backup or cover, but that's the one that I'm using just now, Petzl Arctic Core. My torch for the tent is the LED Lenser. Quite a good wee torch for inside your tent. Different light modes, brightnesses. So that's my torch that hangs inside the tent. LED Lenser. Quite good. So some other stuff that is part of my camping setup. Some of the smaller items. This is my stove. It's the MSR wind burner. That's the wee cup on the bottom. Really good, fast boiling times. Again, obviously there's lighter stoves out there, but this is the one that I use. I know it's a bit heavy, but it's efficient and it does the job, so I quite like it. MSR wind burner, quite good. Attach it to the gas, fires up great and heats the water really quick. So that's the MSR wind burner that I use for my camping trips. This is my small cup. This was from Aldi or Lidl. It just springs out the bottom, rubber. It's fantastic. Light, packs down small. Great wee item. There's other well-known brands out there. It doesn't actually come with a lid, so that's what I like about this one as well. Really like that. £3 or something I think it was. So that's my cup that I use for my hot drinks. So what I use for my water, my liquids when I'm out hill walking and camping, I take the Be-Free water filter, Catadin. So I use that for obviously sourcing water and using the filter if I need to drink it. So one of the water bladders that I have is from Hydro Pack. That's this one. Plastic bit, fold over the top and lock it over. That's the Hydro Pack one. 1.5 litres that takes. And the big one that I've had since the beginning, I think is 3 litres, is the Camelback one. With a safety bite valve that you can lock it so it's no leaking. So that's my other water bladder. Camelback. So this is some of my winter clothing items that I'm going to show you now. This jacket is the Rab Photon Belay jacket. This is for really harsh cold conditions. It's quite warm. I usually use it when I've got other layers on. It fits over all that. Keeps you warm. Take that obviously when I'm going winter camping or out into the hills in really cold extreme weather. So that's the Rab Photon Belay jacket. Quite good, quite warm. The next jacket I use is obviously a lot lighter. Take that with me camping as well, or out in the winter. Hill walking is the Maintain. I think it's the Icarus, if I remember correctly. So that's the Maintain jacket. A lot lighter, not as bulky as the big grab one. So you can wear that as like a mid layer, put your hard shell stuff over it. Good wee jacket as well, quite light. That's the Maintain one. Maintain Icarus, I think. Right, so some of my other clothing items is the low alpine hat. Quite a good wee hat, quite warm. You can pull it in tight at the back, so it's quite nice and snug. Most people, if you're into the hill walking, will recognise that. Low alpine. Good wee hat. The other one that I wear quite a lot, you've probably seen in a few of my videos, just a wee beanie hat from Mountain Equipment. Again, keeps the head warm. Also, when you're out in the winter, I take these if it's going to be bad weather. They're just stored in an old sock to try and keep them half decent without getting scratched. As goggles. I think I picked these up in TK Maxx maybe years and years ago. I've been lucky enough when I've been out in the winter, I've never really had to use them, once or twice maybe, but always handy to have goggles. Also when I'm out camping, I've started taking these, although I haven't used them yet. I've seen obviously other YouTubers using them. They come in quite handy for when it's really cold. Wee hand warmers. So I've got a few of them. So I've not used them yet, but I'll take them with me when I'm camping or out winter hill walking. Mitts. Obviously you need to keep your hands warm when you're out in the winter. I've got Black Diamond mitts, really warm. Crackers these. Really warm. Good to keep your fingers nice and toasty. Quite long, cover the wrists, up the arm a wee bit as well. Really good. Black Diamond mitts. Also when you're out in the winter, camping, I've got a balaclava which can be worn obviously when you're sleeping in your tent to keep you warm, or if it's really bad when you're out hill walking. That's just a Carrymore one, but it's warm. Also, winter clothing item is a buff, which again, numerous ways to wear it, over your head, your neck, tie it different ways. That's a windstopper one. Again, quite handy for covering your face or your ears, your head, whatever. A buff. That's just a wee set of lightweight gloves that I use just from the car when you're starting off, if it's not too cold. Wee rubber bits on them for grip. Quite handy, wee gloves, light. Also if things get colder or if it's wet, I've got these Maintain ones. Primaloft, Gore-Tex. So these are handy obviously if it's damp or raining. Maintain gloves. Again, I've had these for years. These are probably done now. They're all starting to wear away. But these were really warm, good gloves. Mountain Equipment. They're no Gore-Tex, but they were really warm gloves. Just I think they're a bit done now. So, on to some clothing items now. I'm going to show you usually what I sleep in for the winter camping. That is merino wool, icebreaker, long johns, trousers. quite warm, nice to go into when you're obviously up in the hills in the winter and you want to get into your sleeping bag feeling a bit fresher if you've been out obviously hill walking all day and it's been sweaty. So it's just nice to put these on before you get into the sleeping bag and obviously do a good job of keeping you a wee bit warm. So that's the Icebreaker long john trousers. Next item that I usually sleep in is again like a merino wool top. This one's just from Trek Mates, I've had it for years, but again it feels nice for sleeping in, give you a wee bit of heat, keeps you warm. So that's the Trek Mates, that's a top, merino wool, again nice and light, folds up small for obviously when you're packing it, carrying it, but it's nice to put on just as you get into your sleeping bag. So my trousers, summer ones that go into shorts, these are from Columbia, yes they make Columbia, and you can obviously unzip them at the knee and make the trousers into shorts if you want. Quite light, fast drying, and they're my summer ones. Along with these ones as well, we're sort of wearing in the summer, 3-season. These are from Mountain Equipment, with the grey and the black, and they've got wee side vents to let some air in. Obviously if you're working harder it's warm, quite good. That's my sort of summer 3-season ones, Mountain Equipment. Winter ones again, probably, had these for years, again from Mountain Equipment, just all black, plain, wear these in the winter, sometimes put like the merino or tracksuit bottoms, running tights underneath them, for that extra warmth. That's part of my trousers for the winter. But these are probably my latest purchase that I use for the winter. These are from Rab, I'm sure. Yes, Rab Vaporize. And they've got side vents as well, but these are lined and they're a lot thicker, which is quite good for the winter. Rab Vaporize, that's my winter trousers, and it's there. It's supposed to be quite good at letting out, obviously if you're working hard and you're warm, good breathability. That's my trousers. So some base layers, I've got this one here with a hood, which is from Icebreaker. Again, that's quite warm, I like that, that's quite good in the winter. Icebreaker 260 merino, again keeps you quite warm. Sometimes I could maybe wear that from sleeping in the tent, wanting the hood up. That's one of my base layers. Another one which I wear quite often in the winter especially, again is from Icebreaker. This one's not got a hood though, just got the high neck with a zip. That's grey and black, quite warm as well. I got this thing quite recently, Zero Fit, meant to be really warm as well. I've only wore that once and I actually just wore it when I was sleeping in the sleeping bag, one of my winter camping trips. So I don't know how warm it is, or maybe it'd be too warm if you're working hard up in the mountains in the winter. But again, base layer, it's supposed to be quite warm. Another base layer that I've got, you can wear it in the summer or I use it in the winter as well. Helly Hansen, royal blue one, zip from here, and that's another one of my base layers. As I say, it's no in-depth reviews, it's just kit that I've accumulated over the years, and I'm just showing you what I've got. If you have any questions, obviously, on anything, put them in the comments and I'll try and get back to you with the right answer. What else am I going to show you? Oh yes, jackets. Yes, so jackets. The one I'm showing you here, the hood, is from Mountain Equipment. It's got the wind stopper through it. It's a soft shell hood, and it's quite a good jacket for maybe putting over a fleece and a base layer. Quite like that. Again, there's maybe lighter options out there now, but this is just one of the wee jackets that I wear out in the hills. Windstopper, soft shell, Mountain Equipment, quite good. Again, this is a fleece top. Again, it's from Mountain Equipment. You've probably seen me wearing that in quite a lot of my videos. Again, quite light, keeps you warm. Just another one of my tops, Mountain Equipment. Again, what we've got here is a mid-layer fleece jacket with a hood from Mountain Equipment. I think it's made with Polartec fleece, which is supposed to be obviously quite warm. Again, you've maybe seen me wearing that. It's quite good for a boot camp when it's cold. So that's another one of my tops. Also part of my winter kit and stuff obviously that I use in the bad weather, in the snow and ice, is the ice axe. This is the one that I bought years ago, still the same, still using it. It's a gravel one, Mont Blanc, the name of it, and that's just a general hill walking ice axe. Does the trick. Also, I had recently bought this when I was getting more into the winter camping. It's from Lomo Water Sports, or Lomo in Glasgow, and it's a snow shovel, quite light, and I take that with me if there's going to be a lot of snow when I'm out camping. So that's me came to the end of this wee video. Again, I'm just showing you the stuff that I've accumulated over the years and that I use for my camping and my hill walking. It's not a definitive review of anything. Again, it's just the stuff that I've got and that I use and I've worn. But as I say, any questions or anything, just put them in the comments, and if you've watched the wee video, again, thank you very much, it means a lot. You can maybe let me know if you like some of the stuff, don't like it, or what you use instead, and it's always good to get other people's hints and tips. So again, if you watched the video, thank you very much. Remember folks, if you enjoyed this video, please like, leave a comment and subscribe. Thank you. More videos coming soon.